And we're live. Holy bananas. It's always wild to be back on Zoom again. I was telling the cast before, I was like, yeah, I gotta set up my whole rig again all over. Welcome in, everyone. We are here for another chaotic, fantastic night of DM Roulette, joined by some of the most fantastic DMs that I know. And we're welcome to the Blackwater channel. If you've never been here for DM Roulette before, boy, howdy, you're in for a fun time. So what are we gonna do tonight? We are gonna essentially just tell a story. We're, five DMs who are gonna rotate around and tell a good story and try and keep the train on the tracks. And if you want to get involved with the show and influencing what happens, boy howdy, absolutely you can. So if you donate 100 bits in the chat, you can give advantage to any player of your choosing. Just make sure you specify who that's going to in chat. And one of our very handy mods will keep track of that. If you donate 1,000 bits, you will cause a DM rotation where we all rotate around. Also, any natural ones or every 15 minutes is going to be causing that rotation as well. If you really want to get crazy and really want to have a great fun time, you can donate 3,000 bits to drop a wand of wonder in the player's hand of your choosing as well, which is great. And it'll go off a couple times wherever they decide to point it. And then if you're like, no, that is not enough for me, I need more chaos, you can drop 10,000 bits in the chat, and that will drop a deck of many things into the player's hand of your choosing. And we'll just see what happens from there. But enough about the game, because we will get to that very shortly. But I want to introduce these fantastic people, starting with Dag. Welcome. So happy to have you here. Who are you? What do you do?
Hi, g'day guys, my name's Mike, I'm the DeadAussieGamer. I'm a TTRPG content creator from Perth, Western Australia. I do TTRPGs all over the internet, including on my own Twitch channel. By day, I run TTRPGs for mental wellness for young adults in Australia, and create programs like my own to help people develop and learn and be creative and awesome with one another. And I also feature on other people's channels because I tell people I'm like the D&D version of Keith Richards or a cockroach. The end of time will involve a D&D table with me and those three people playing games. That's literally what it'll, because there's no stopping me. It'll never happen. It's just I'm everywhere and I will be doing all the things. So yay.
Amazing.
And I can't tell you enough how much of a fan I have been of Blackwater D&D, and I'm like so chuffed to be here for the first time. So I'm like, yay!
Oh my gosh, Dag, you're so sweet. Also, Tony the Tigger, thank you so much for the advantage. Dag, you already have an advantage for yourself for your first roll of the night. And Tim, an advantage for you from Willa. So amazing. And welcoming to Blackwater for the very first time, someone I'm a very big fan of, Ivy. So happy to have you here, my dear. Who are you and what do you do?
Yeah, I'm Ivy, also a large fan of Blackwater and everything they do, and every single one of these people that I'm on stream with. Yeah, I'm a professional DM. I'm a content creator. The founder and CEO of the Crit Awards. So if you've seen that popping around, that's me through and through. Gosh, I have DM'd over at Quincy's Tavern. I DM over on Dice Cream Sandwich. I'm here. I am just kind of everywhere, kind of like Dag, but in very different circles. There's some overlap though. Yeah, that's kind of me. I'm a PR and social media coordinator as well. So I do a whole bunch of content creation for other content creators. And that's me.
Woo, amazing. Very good. And last but certainly not least, someone who I have followed on socials for a very long time and admired not only for his very funny content, but also his fantastic dancing skills. Alec, welcome to the channel. Who are
Thanks
you
so much for having me.
Oh, so happy to have you.
I'm so excited to be here. I'm really excited for this tonight. I'm AlecTheBard. I am a TTRPG content creator by night and a professional ballroom dancer by day. You can find all of my games that I run over on my YouTube channel. And as you said, I make funny videos on the internet. And yeah, I'm just really happy to be here. Very excited to be here.
Well, we are very happy to have all of you. Adam usually joins us as well, but he is off doing amazing teaching and doing a D&D game for wonderful folks with the Canucks Autism Network. So we are super, super stoked for him to be going to do that. But he sends his regards for everyone this evening. So you will see our fantastic character names in the top corner, and I cannot wait to introduce you to this absolute ragtag adventure cast of adventurers tonight. Tim, is there anything else we need to talk about before we get started?
No way, dude. Let's just do it.
Let's just do it. Jump on in. Tim, take it away.
All right. So you all gather around on this cold evening. The rain is dripping down under this little canopy that you've found. around your kind of dying campfire. You're all struggling to kind of keep it alight and keep warm just outside the village of Dembar. You've been hired and sent here to seek out a creature that's been plaguing the village. All you were told from one of the aldermen who actually hired you, and he wanted to keep it somewhat secret. He didn't want, there was already kind of tension in the village because of this creature, and he didn't want people to panic anymore. But all you know is that it has a taste for blood, and it's great at hiding. As you all kind of look to each other, Em, I'll have you describe your character first.
So it's raining, right? It's like pouring rain right now. Absolutely unflapped by the water around, probably wearing much less like protective clothing, super comfortable out in the elements. You see a sea dwarf femme presenting person with long kind of black blue hair that is looped around and braided into this like beautiful beard that she has as well, that has shells in it. There seems to be like a cloak that she has that has like lichen and kelp kind of interwoven in it, and you see her just sitting around the dwindling campfire, and you see her kind of like picking like it's almost like she's crocheting what looks like some sort of net. She looks to be a wizard, and this is a sea dwarf named Sella Seely, who is sitting there and just being like, I don't mind the rain. It's totally fine for me. And honestly, it makes the rope much better to work with.
All right. And you look across at your companion, who is also kind of huddled, sitting on a stump. And Alec, could you describe your character, please?
So you see a large minotaur. He's got dark brown fur that is currently sopped wet even through his plate armor, and he's not happy about it. He's got like piercing yellow eyes. He's got the traditional like two horns, but one of them is cracked. So he's only got like the one pointed horn and one kind of stub on the top. He is in plate armor with the symbol of the sun on the front of it. He's got a mace sitting at his side, and he's like, I hate the rain. I am not a fan of the rain. When we get into some shelter, I will really appreciate it. Also, my name is Valerian. I forgot to mention that earlier.
Amazing. As Valerian, as you kind of wipe off some of the water that's pooling around your horns, you kind of splash it over, and some of it hits onto Dag. Can you describe your character, please?
Yeah, so soaked in like just absolute rain, the fur kind of matted down with what looks to be kind of like this very plaited, long kind of mustache that drips down as these whiskers like just are saturated. This rat folk that seems to be wearing these dark black and red leathers seems to sort of be huddled by the dying embers of the flames of the campfire as he says, Hey, listen, if we stick out here, the only thing we're gonna be catching is a cold, okay? And you can keep as much of the rain on you if you can, big guy.
My bad. I agree with you, though. We should get out of the rain.
All right. And you kind of pull
also,
up close.
Thank you to Mithril Warlock for the advantage for Ivy. Thank you so much.
Nice. As Ivy, can you describe your character, please?
Thanks, Tanner. That's my co-DM. So sitting across from the rest of their companions is a very large, broad-shouldered dragonborn, copper in color, kind of metallic. He's huddled with his hands over his face to keep the rain from falling from his very spiked forehead into his eyes. This is the most annoying thing. Next time, can we get a tavern? That would be lovely. I don't know why we didn't do that in the first place.
Amazing.
And,
my notes for Nerith are just suave and sultry. That's like literally all I wrote down.
Yeah. Their name is Nerith Garbanzo.
Amazing. So as you kind of like, you're all sort of desperately trying to get this water away. You see a figure kind of approach you, kind of padding through the dark. You see a cloak pulled tight. Hi, sorry, I'm late. I know it's the middle of the night, but I was supposed to meet you earlier. Dachshund is my name, and I have some room in my barn. You can come in there for shelter if you'd like.
Also, thank you, Crane Rights, for the raid. Thank you so much for coming in, and thank you, Owlbear, in for the raid before. So this is sorry, Dachshund?
Dachshund, like the dog.
Like the dog.
Like the dog.
And
Is he a dog?
You're not sure. He is quite bearded, and he does have quite a pronounced mouth. You could call it a muzzle, but it's difficult to tell in the dark. Actually, you know what? Make a perception check for me.
First roll of the night.
And I get to roll with advantage. That's a good one. That is a 22 on my perception.
He looks like a pretty hairy man with a little bit of a muzzle. It's like he might be a dog person. You're not sure. You've never seen someone like that. It's right over here. If you want to just here, come. And he kind of ushers you over. And he leads you closer to the village. You can see the village itself is kind of centered around a large square. As you're kind of working your way through around some of the outer edges, you can see there is a large square in the middle with a fairly sizable temple. And there's kind of like a ring of buildings around the outside. And he takes you around the edge to his home. You can see there's like a little cottage and a fairly big barn with a big pen around it. As he comes over to the barn and he kind of opens the big doors and kind of brings you in, and you're finally sort of dry and you can feel the heat of all the barn animals in here. There's a number of cattle and things like that, as you immediately kind of get that warmth back in your bones. And he pulls back his hood and you see his ears kind of flip up, and he is in fact a tabaxi. There's a loft upstairs. You're welcome to rest there. I know it's going to be morning within a couple of hours. But the alderman filled me in on what you're doing, and I just want to say thank you so much for helping our village. It's been a pretty terrible time recently.
I mean, it's truly no problem, Dax. And that is what, heroes do. We go around and we do our best. And I mean, granted, we have been inland for a very long period of time, and I find myself longing for the seas every day. However, this large creature that is around, and the alderman said that when he hired us that it has a taste for blood. Can you tell us a little bit more about this creature? Is it a serpent that just developed legs, or a big fish?
I actually don't know, but I do know that my brother, when we found him, was dry as a bone, entirely exsanguinated, and it was a very, very alarming sight. He did have some wounds, but it was difficult to tell if it was a bite or if it was some kind of defensive wound. We weren't sure.
And where did you find your brother? Was it out in the woods? Was it in the town square?
He was right at the steps of the temple.
Oh no. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. I would look over to Valerian. Do you know any big creatures that tend to hang out in temples?
I mean, there's a large amount of creatures that like to skulk around in certain places. Can I roll a religion or history check?
Perhaps, yeah, absolutely. Either or, your choice.
I'm gonna go with religion because that's probably better. Let's see. About the same. So that is a 17 total.
17. You would know that sometimes temples can be beacons for evil to try to corrupt, and they can sometimes, depending on the kind of worship, if there is any corruption, it can spread from there. It's often a target for evil entities, whether they be demons or devils or otherwise. So you do know that isn't wholly uncommon, but you haven't experienced a lot of that yourself, or sort of around temples and things like that.
So I'll kind of, I'm like, I'm not sure exactly what kind of creature. Could you tell us what kind of worship this temple practices?
Well, of course. Well, we worship Tielia. She's, the goddess of fertility and bounty and harvest. And it's a pretty. We're just, a lot of us are farmers, and we've sort of always worshipped her, and it's really kind of core to our community. It's a real gathering place, and the crops have been good this year. Very good.
Is that abnormal? Like abnormally good? And I guess that kind of ties into my other question. Like, have you done something to piss Tialia off?
I feel like if we had angered Tielia, our crops wouldn't be as good as they are. I mean, we're really rolling in it. I mean, that loft is stacked with hay. So, I think maybe she smiles upon us.
Interesting.
Then again, maybe she smiles upon this monster, because it seems to be having a pretty good harvest as well, if you know what I mean.
Yes, that is true. That is a grim truth. Well, I'm gonna go back to my house and sit by the fire. Do you need anything before I head out?
I think we should be okay. And if, say, for example, we get, that this big creature decides that the temple is not enough for today and it just comes and attacks us in the barn, should we call for you or, reinforcements?
Well, I'm not a hero. You're the hero. So, I mean, you're kind of it.
I am a hero. I am a hero to my core. You are correct. Yes.
If you need me to yell, in the square, I guess I could do that.
Oh, I will be fully capable. I was just checking. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Good morning.
Yeah. One last question before you go.
Sure.
How many people has this thing taken out, and how frequently?
I'm gonna say probably about a dozen. There's been a dozen deaths. So that's
dozen.
Close. We're getting close to a third of the village.
Wow.
You waited to call us until 12 of you had perished.
Well, I actually didn't call you. There was the alderman. I was thinking just about moving, but like I said, the harvest has been really good, so it's been it's been a difficult choice. My partner and I have really been batting it back and forth whether we should just pick up and pack out, but it's.
I mean, a good harvest or potentially getting killed. I mean, what's the choice, really? I mean,
yeah, well, you could die so many things out here, so it's like maybe just roll the dice and maybe make enough, to get out of here in the down season. So, yeah, it's I like it here. So, but I'm glad the alderman called you. We're dealing with it now.
Can I roll an insight check when he says that I like it here? Does he like it here? Can I?
How far back does his
when a dozen people have died?
I suss whether he
I feel like there's got to be a name for this where it's like if you spend enough time with an NPC, it's like this guy's definitely a bad guy.
I just want to say I've had bad feelings about this guy the whole time. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just his face or the fact, he's a cat.
He left us out in the rain.
Tim, I trust.
Left us out in the rain for
I
ages.
trust implicitly that this man truly loves his village. I rolled a 3, and then I don't think I have a good bonus on that at all. Where is my sweet little wizard? How do I always end up with the necromancers? Yeah. So no, that's a 5 total.
Great. Well, like I said, that's just my that's my stance. I'm conflicted. It's a difficult place to be. So
fair enough.
Well, good luck to you. And tomorrow, I'm sure people will be out and about in the square if you want to talk to anybody. There's the general store, of course, and the alderman will probably be about. Well, good luck to you.
Thanks.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Get home safe.
Snakes right out of the barn.
Okay, so
you guys notice how he wished us luck twice?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did. I mean, he does truly seem to like it here, which is strange to me. When your third of your village is gone, that seems a bit strange.
Yeah.
It seems a little suspicious that they waited till 12 of us 12 of them have died. to call us in, but that's...
Now, I don't know about you, but I'm actually feeling pretty fine. And if everything's been happening around the temple, do we want to wait to talk to people, or do we just want to go bash down the door? Blow it
Turns
down.
to Cleric.
Something.
I mean, I would suggest perhaps it's probably open for worship at all times, so we don't necessarily have to bash the door open.
Right, unfortunately.
I would like to not anger deities.
You watch as Valdrin just simply scowls at everyone, walks over to the window.
And that's a rotation, everyone. We are rotating for the first time. Dag, you are now the DM. I am the rogue. Oh my gosh, here we go. Oh, thank you so much. Tony the Tigger, thank you so much. Advantage from myself and Alec and Dag. Thank you so much, friends.
Thank you.
Of Tony. All right, so as the rain continues to pelt from the outside, the air is cold and chilly, causing the warmth inside of this house to be almost like a sanctuary, at least for the time being. The time is about 10 p.m., closing in on the time where twilight has now hit into full stride, though the sky itself is starless with the heavy clouds that loom overhead. There is no peals of thunder or lightning, so if you do wish to venture outwards, it wouldn't be too dangerous beyond the wet to deal with.
I mean, we could go to the temple and just check it out.
I say we do it. Let's do it.
Let's
go out there.
I just opened the window and I just showed you guys that it was really wet outside, but I mean, okay.
But I like when it's wet, so it's okay.
The Minotaur is just wringing water out of their mane still. No answer.
I'm someone who rolls with the punches, if you know what I mean. So okay, let's go. So we make our way out.
The door creaks open to the cobblestone streets, and you begin to make your way out. Naturally, there is no one out at this time of day, and you don't have too much of a bearing onto where in this small town the temple is. I'd like for everyone, if they may, to make an investigation check to see if you can figure out where you can find this so-called temple.
Thank you for the advantage, Tony the Tigger. I hope this helps me.
Advantage, right.
Oh, that's a natural 20 from me.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Unnatural 20 from me.
Yeah, same.
A dirty 20 as well.
Oh, this party friggin' stacked. Thank you.
Friggin' awesome. All right. So not only do you find the temple, which is a very, very small, ramshackled house, which seems to have been built almost multiple times over the same location. Normally this hut would be kind of a building made to be a temple to a very proud god, kept up and maintained, but it looks almost as if it was dilapidated at some point and then rebuilt, but then dilapidated again and rebuilt again, which is quite odd because normally whoever would be in charge would be caretaking over the place. As you arrive, you see the gardens are quite flooded, and the weeds are somewhat overgrown here at the temple to Tialia. This could be a good sign, as fertility means growth, and growth is here.
Oh my gosh, Legends of Adventurous, thank you so much for coming in. Holy
Hi, guys.
Hello.
How you
Welcome
doing?
to DM.
Welcome
Everyone.
in.
Hello. So nice to see you. Holy bananas. Thank you so much for coming on in, folks. We are Blackwater D&D. We're playing a fun game that we like to call DM Roulette, where everyone plays every role. So if this is your first time coming in, stick around, enjoy the show. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so as the rogue at this point, I am curious as to why Doxson said that the goddess was actually quite pleased and all of the farms were really doing well this year, but the temple is now overgrown and unweeded, and the building is really dilapidated. Is there is there any sense of can I put together something? Is there something that is rotting the ground, or is it did someone knock down this building? Can I take a look around to kind of see if I can put together why this building is so untaken care of?
Looking around, I'll add this to the survival check that you got because you did get a natural 20. You can, as you look around, you do notice that that while it is unweeded and the like, there doesn't seem to be any rot or decay. There's no dead fungus or like kind of dead leaves or animals or anything like that in the area. It seems almost as if nature itself is trying to reclaim this building bit by bit.
Ooh, also GF Powers, thank you so much for the advantages for Ivy and Tim. Thank you.
I would like to spot, like, is there like some weed? I like the closest weed nearby. I want to take out my sword and just fully chop it off.
All right. As you do so, make an attack roll.
At advantage.
I feel like there's a hair, like if Nerith had hair at this point, there would be like a sweet swabbed hair flipped at that point.
15.
It's the
15.
droplets
All right.
of water that are just like.
With a 15, your weapon sings true through the air, cutting through the rain, creating this almost arc of water as you slash. And as it does, you hear this.
I knew it.
And you watch as you have cut down what looks to be a tiny fey-like creature. It's an old man who seems to be wearing overalls. He has like kind of what looks to be like a large sewing needle in one hand and a like sort of a button in the other. Your blade has cut him almost in twain as he lies in a pool of his own tiny little fairy blood.
I caught this
Valerian,
sneaky
you gotta
blood
do
demon.
something.
I, as the cleric, immediately just go, "Oh my god, I am so sorry. I am."
No, I found him. I knew my instincts were true.
I'm not a cleric anymore. I can't help.
I'm the cleric.
Who are you?
I want to roll a medicine check on this poor little creature and see if I can do anything.
You should trim your garden.
I
Right.
lay myself like flat on the ground, going like full rat. I am like on full rat at this point. I am dropping and I'm standing and I'm trying to get like put myself at eye level with this small fey creature and I'm like holding him so that Valerian can heal
Nerith
this.
is just cleaning his sword up.
All right.
What a
As you
vibe.
All right, can I get a medicine check from you, Ivy, please,
Yes,
as you are attempting to treat this man's grievous wounds?
Yes, I got an 18.
18, nice. Now, unfortunately, the wound is deep and will not heal as the organs have been injured, and without the use of regeneration, he will perish in time. You, however, comfort him and have given him a few brief moments to be able to said words as he looks to you and coughs.
I just like hold his tiny little head in my very large. It's okay. I'm going. Hold on. I'm going to cast healing word.
The healing word will buy you a little bit more time, but unless the organs are healed, he'll eventually still perish.
Okay, I will at least give.
But
him
it does buy you a bit of time. He's
okay. I will at least use the healing word to give him a little bit of healing.
He's soothed. He's like,
Yeah, to kind of to aid that pain more than anything.
What happened?
Can you tell us what's going on here? Can you why is the temple why is it trying to reclaim it into the earth? And is Tielia upset? What is the creature that's eating everyone? So many questions I have for you.
Why do you love blood so much, you little demon?
What? Oh, well, probably because I'm losing so much of it right now.
Yes.
Well, I'm the gardener here at the temple, and we've been using druid magics to try and stem the growth that happens to. Ooh, it's getting dark.
I'm just slowly locked eyes on Nerith, daggers, just you killed an innocent man.
I think I have a grave mistake.
The plants, they seem to just continue to grow unabated. I trim and I care and I use my magics, but it's all for naught.
Good sir. And I get down on one knee.
I'm cradling the small creature.
I am so sorry. I will
What
live with
for,
this
young
regret
man?
the rest of my life.
You're one of the heroes that have come to save us. You need to regret nothing, for you are what
Why?
this town needs.
Why do you sneak in the garden? Why?
No, I don't sneak at the garden. I'm just very small. I just...
But it is so late.
Yes, because the garden grows unabated. I figured if I would come at the evening, when the rains would come and the growth is highest, I could use what little I had left.
Your logic is sound. I know nothing of plants.
But what is the creature? Like, what is the creature that is attacking everyone from the temple?
It comes from deep within the woods to the north. I've only seen it once, but it attacks so quickly and fiercely from the dark.
Like me. I am the monster. You see, Nerith just like turns and is just holding his head.
You said you've seen it once. What does it look like?
It looks like a... It looks like...
He
Of
did.
course.
Dang
And
it.
he kicks it. Damn it.
A single tear.
Oh my god, what's his name? Valdrin just reaches over and just puts a hand on Valerian's shoulder. We tried our best to give him the last beautiful moment. You know, we're really trying our best right now. I would look over to Nerith and be like, maybe you should think before you're just swinging your sword everywhere, if you know what I mean.
I am a monster, and I will never swing this sword again.
They
And he throws his sword down.
I don't know if that's the best idea because we still have to fight a monster.
Is this
I am worthy.
is
I
this
will
now
defeat
the
it with
complete
my hands.
1/3 of the population? It's officially 1/3.
It's true.
Is there like, oh man, we just killed a gardener of the goddess of Tialia at his temple. Fuck. Okay, so can I look around for like a holy shovel or something that I can bury this guy in?
I
The
will bless
garden
the
with?
shovel to make it holy.
You find a small trowel, right? That's like about the size of a shovel for him while he was doing work
Spoon.
nearby. You can actually use it to like dig up the garden bed. You don't need to dig very deep. While you know he's probably about maybe that tall.
I mean, I feel like I should go a little bit further down just in case the waters like push up a body or something. Like,
Oh yeah, fair point. Yeah,
As
yep,
your-
that
we
would,
don't get caught.
oh my goodness, we have a rotation. Thank you so much, Jess. Thank you so much. Okay, we are rotating. As
Who am I
so
now?
okay, so we have Valdrin holding this trowel crouched over the gardener. Would anyone is there anything anyone would do? Are you going to bury him? Like what are we doing here as the rain is still pelting down?
I'm gonna do a quick like hey, good night into the light again, wave at the sun that's not up yet. Okay. Good night.
I'm going to have you roll a religion check for me to see if you know any prayers to Tialia. Like, please.
Okay. 15 on the dice. And I'm a cleric. Surely my religion is high. Okay, 18.
Okay, so somewhere in as you find yourself saying the words that come out, you know, like kind of gesturing towards the sun that is not in this current area of the sky, it is like you feel a touch of warmth hit your hand and radiate down your arm, and you look down at your armor. So tell me a little bit, Nerith, or not Nerith, Valerian, thank you. What is your relationship with your god? Like, are you close? Are you like a new cleric?
Yeah. Me and Novus are super tight. I love running in the sun and you know, just letting my mane flow. And they love that. The sun loves that. We're like this.
Okay, so if your relationship with Novus is really tight, what is Novus and Tialia's relationship like? Tell me a bit about that.
Oh, they very close. You need the sun to make the growth, and it's very closely entwined.
Okay. So with this closeness, the depth of this relationship, you watch as this ray of kind of like a golden green light kind of like circles around your arm, and you feel the holy symbol that is embedded in your breastplate like light up a bit, and it dawns on you, for lack of better words, Novus and Tielia in all of the tales have this very extremely rich on again, off again relationship. They have like been fated in all of the tales to have, because of course, as you said, the sun and the earth kind of, and the ground, the richness of is needed from the sun. So they have quite an ongoing paramour between the two of them. So this thought sits with you as you take the rest of you take the gardener's words, knowing that this monster is in the forests to the north. Now it is still raining. Now you could take shelter inside the church in the temple if you wish to, or you can press on. What would you like to do?
Wait, guys, I know that was very sad and very tragic, and as I'm like petting Nerith on the shoulder, okay, buddy. Do we want to go forward? Do we take refuge? Do we go in the church? I don't know if we should really go into the temple of somebody that we just accidentally killed.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea. I think we might want to go to perhaps the woods or back to the barn. I'm not sure.
I think I need to stand here for a moment and allow the rain to just pour upon my sore and monstrous soul.
Yeah, you did a bad thing.
Nerith, I'm going to have you make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
My God!
Oh, no.
It is a natural of the ones.
Oh, and that is also a rotation as well.
The dice tell a story.
That's all on you, Alec. That's all on you.
Okay.
Wherever I was going with that.
Okay.
So I am Nerith.
You are Nerith.
Looking down at my sword.
Looking down at your sword.
The consequences of my own actions coming to bite me in the ass.
You rolled this net one, and you're looking down at your sword, and in that moment, you reflect on a childhood memory of yours when you first picked up your sword. Would you please tell us what that memory is?
Yeah. Okay. So, of course, Nerith comes from a very strong fighting tradition family. His father and his father's father and his father's father before him have all, carried the blade and been masters of it. And Nerith just never quite felt as good. He didn't feel worthy of carrying the sword of his father and his father's father and his father's father before him, So he's carrying the weight of this, inadequacy, this incompetence that he might have. And he remembers this one moment where he was practicing with his father outside in their beautiful, massive estate, as a champion fighter would do. And he kept, fucking up his footsteps, and he, I don't know how to sword stabbing where he shouldn't have. Can't parry to save
one of
his
these.
life.
I don't know how to sword.
And so his father smashed the sword down from him and said, "My son, you will have to be better than that when the world gets to you." And that is what Nerith is holding on to right now, as he feels the gravity of the world crushing down on his wisdom.
Crushing down on him. Perfect. Could everybody make me perception checks, please?
I am the rogue now.
Oh, I have been rolling so hot.
12.
My perception. Okay, great.
19 from a Minotaur here.
11.
Perception is going to be a natural 19 plus 0, so just 19 for me.
Okay. Anybody with a 15 or above will begin to notice a very low-lying mist beginning to just roll out of the temple doors.
Nerith kind of steps backward. What is this?
Well, I may just be a cleric of the sun god and all that, but if I didn't know better, I'd say this is an omen.
What's an omen?
I'm not paying attention to this. I've rolled very poorly, and I'm only focused on the fur that is now in my eyes as I'm trying to. I have no idea what any of them are talking about.
I know this is maybe. Oh, sorry.
Find shelter. No, that's okay. I just think we should find shelter in the bosom of the goddess who seems to be luring us into either her embrace or perhaps a trap. In which case, I think if it is a trap, we should just give Nerith up. Hey, gods are gods, eh?
I agree. Gods are gods. Also, do you think anyone would mind? I know we buried the little one, but do you think anyone would care if like I use the bones
Of
of the small creature that you killed that that Nerith killed?
I mean,
What would
ceremony
you-
wasn't cast on them, so like,
What would you use the bones for?
No, I just wanted to know if everyone would be cool with that. I'm not going to. I just wanted to know if that was like cool with everyone. It's just if it comes up, like if I need some bones in a pinch. Now I know that's cool with everybody. That's
Casually
great.
needs
I just
bones.
like
look, I'm just
sort
gonna
of starting a
pretend I
collection.
didn't hear that. Okay, well, just
Of course.
go study some architecture in this building over here for a little while.
It is perpetually my favorite
come.
dynamic to have a necromancer and a life cleric in the party together. It is beautiful every time.
Hey, yeah, cool. I'm gonna come too. I'm definitely gonna come too.
No. You know what? Fine. Just come along, okay?
So are you all going into the church?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. So you push the doors open, and there is a faint candlelight lit from some of the candles that were left from the services earlier in the day. There's about 8 pews, 4 to either side. They've seen better days. And then at the front there is the pedestal where the alderman. Is alderman a religious figure? They are now. Would give the service of the day, and you see looks like there's offerings to Thialia, but they're all a bit wilted. They're all a bit dry. Looks like they haven't been replaced in a bit. And you see that mist is now just kind of laying on the bottom of the floor, just above, maybe a couple inches, 4 inches off the floor is just this mist, this little light fog. And so that's what you see on your first initial glance.
And so Nerith hearing that who had said it was an omen, that this was an omen. I forget. Yeah, okay. So this was Valerian saying it was an omen. Nerith is gonna kind of sidle over to Valerian. You said this was an omen. I don't know what that is, but it sounds bad. What is that?
Well, an omen, it could be something good, it could be something bad, Basically, it means God wants to have a word, and you gotta listen, with your ears. And he does that thing that, Minotaurs do with, like, their ears, is they just flap them a little bit. Yeah, just...
I think it's good. I think omens are good for sure. This is a good thing.
DM, is it all right if I start stealthing along one side of the wall of the church back to a wall, like moving very slowly?
Like crab walk along
a
the
little
wall.
bit, a little bit.
Crab rat.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a stealth check.
I'm gonna while Valdrin is trying to stealth, Nerith is gonna try and climb up out of this mist because he's got it in his head that omen is bad and the mist is bad. So he's gonna try and climb up out of that.
So you're gonna climb on one of the benches?
I sure am.
Okay.
Seeing Nerith kind of
7.
20. You're gone. You disappeared. You're
oh
gone.
yeah.
No one sees
the mist
crab
it took
walk.
her.
Suddenly just gone. Silence.
I don't know if I'll have time for this, but for 11 minutes, I want to use augury as a spell to find out if there is an omen here or not.
Oh,
Sella is on the ground, just like making mist angels. Just
I mean, you do have the time if you want to cast that spell. You want to take the 11 minutes to cast it. Okay.
Jess, thank you so much for the 200 bits. Tim, you and I have advantage. Yay! Thank you, Jess.
I'm just looking up. Okay.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna play this differently. I'm gonna look over at Sella, who is our necromancer, and say, hey, you can keep a secret, right? I won't tell people about you taking bones, but augury comes in many different flavors, and just forget what you saw. And I'm gonna reach into my pouch and pull out some like chicken organs.
yes.
And just like splat them on the table. That's right, I do this Greek style.
Tim, you took my sweet the one time I tried for a little sweetie, and you have turned.
This is awesome. I love this. I love where this is going.
It's like, yep. What do the guts tell me? Is this a good idea or not?
So you're casting augury with the chicken guts. Is that what I understand?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so while that spell is happening, well, it only takes a minute. Okay. So you see the fog kind of rolls up the table and wraps around the chicken guts. And you see just for a moment, there's a face that looks at you in the fog, staring back at you, but it's your own face as you see the fog roll back away. So you got a woe result on that augury, if I'm reading that spell correctly.
Also, Teeny, thank you so much. Advantage to all of our guests. So to Dag, to Ivy, and Alec. Thank you so much, Teeny.
Did
Thank
Sella
you.
see that, or
Were you watching the ritual?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Oh yeah. You would have seen it. It as it rolled up, you would have seen like there was a face in it, but you couldn't tell whose face it was. But you would have seen something in the fog.
What was that?
Oh, that was definitely a whoa. You know, sometimes it's a hey.
I was like,
but no, this is a
whoa.
whoa. So I think this mist is bad news. You know, guys.
Oh, I have been putting it all over myself. Did I not have done that? That was bad. That was a bad choice.
Probably
Nerith
very
is
bad.
like up on the table, just like trying everything to get all of his like clunky armored body parts out of this mist that is rolling all over the floor. It's bad. It's all bad. Everything. Omens are bad. Every omen, all of the omens that someone has ever told me in my life, they're all bad. Everything is bad.
Valdrin, where are you? Where are you going?
With my very stealthy crab
With your
walk.
27 crab walk. Where are you going?
They're crab walking along
Out
the
of this
wall.
campaign with a 27, just gone.
Oh, you thought they were a hero? No, they're just crab walking along, and eventually they're going to make their way to the altar.
Okay.
And I would like to investigate the altar a little closer. I know you said it had been a while since any of the offerings had been refreshed. I want to investigate that a little closer. if that's
Yeah,
right.
go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Absolutely. +4, but I have advantage. That's gonna be a 15.
So with a 15, like, yeah, you notice like with your first initial glance, like the flowers and the food offerings, all that's kind of been there for a while, not really been tended to like it should have been. But what you notice when you're looking at the pedestal is that there is a part that has been tended to, and it is a small black book sitting underneath the altar.
Ooh,
And it's like where all the dust has been settled, this obviously has been moved as there's no dust there.
there's no dust on it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Can I roll an Arcana check? I'm not any kind of magic, but I would like to investigate a little closer if I can.
Yeah, go ahead and roll Arcana.
All right. I almost dropped a die. That is nothing. That is a 1 +2. So
Is that a natural one?
Was that a natural one?
yeah,
Then
it
we
was.
rotate. Then we
You rotate.
rotate. That's a rotation.
I'm the DM now.
You are the
You're
DM,
the DM.
now.
Hey.
What did I do?
Who am I now? Who am I now? Oh my goodness. I am the I'm the cleric now.
I'm the fighter.
I'm a minotaur. I'm a minotaur. There we go.
Yeah, so this little black book, as you reach to reveal if there's any magical nature about it, you reach for it just enough. You don't quite touch it yet. It doesn't seem to have any archaic anything surrounding it that you can tell. It's just a little black mother book.
I might take this for myself, okay? I'm just gonna take I'm gonna take a quick peek and then go to put it in my coat.
What is
Okay.
my passive perception?
I was
as the
just about to ask,
cleric?
what is everyone's
Gonna take a
passive?
quick peek, okay? Let's
Great
take a quick flip through.
Question.
My passive perception is a 14. Gosh dang it. So I
Mine's a
probably
10.
didn't see that.
And I'm just still panicking on the bench. So
That's right. Yes, you are.
So, I don't suppose you're going to eat that, guts and stuff, are you?
No. It's it's the components of an augury spell. So You know, it was bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. The face that I came out of the mist was my own, and was screaming. It was bad. But you know, if you want to eat the chicken guts that gave me the bad omen, I mean, that's up to you.
You know, my mother didn't raise no waster of food there, and I'm just gonna scoop it into my robes and just squelch it in. Oh yes, no, these will make good for sausages later. I don't know why I became Irish, but I am.
That's the truth now. That's the truth
now.
Tim, when you glanced into this book, how far are you glancing? Looking at just the cover page? Like, what do you?
No, I'm trying to like quickly be like, what's in here? What's in here? Like doing a quick, like anything valuable. I'm like trying to find it.
What languages do you speak?
I speak
the good ones.
The good ones.
The good ones.
Elvish, Common, and Thieves' Cant.
Incredible. In Elvish, you can see written on the cover page something a bit concerning, even to yourself as a rogue, as there written upon it, clearly in Elvish, is a curse that is attempting to combat this goddess's power over this village.
Well, that's not good. Does it hurt me at all, or is it like
no? It seems directed? It seems very directed to this particular temple, and that, as you're reading it, may explain a little bit of why the gardener had to combat with having to tend to the plants so heavily.
Right. Okay, folks. I found something. I was gonna keep it to myself because I'm always looking for a good journal, but I think I should probably share this one. This little black book here up on the altar. It was kind of tucked away.
Is that a prayer book? You found a prayer book?
I think it's a curse book.
You were gonna steal a prayer book, Valerian.
I thought it was a journal. Okay. Look on the outside, it looks like a journal. It's just like sort of black, and it fits my aesthetic, and I like to write my thoughts down at the end of the day.
Okay.
But it's not. It's a curse book, and I'm not gonna steal no curse book.
Okay. I'm gonna see if shout out to Yanis, one of our amazing cast members who made all of these characters. And I am gonna see if I actually have anything about removing curses.
I don't even know if I want to touch it anymore.
Okay.
And if you need me to read it, I can read it to you. I don't know if you speak Elvish.
I don't know.
Well, you know, my mother always said the very best way to deal with an evil book of eldritch horror is to set it on fire.
That's cool. Burning books. Okay.
Or a wood chipper.
I am going to look at the book, and I'm kind of is it touch or is it? I am going to cast Detect Evil and Good, and I'm going to center it right on the book. But it is also my hope, with everything that I've seen, that I also by proxy catch Sella in the sphere. I want to know.
Quick.
Kind of like
vibe check.
I'm gonna vibe check the room with this Detect Evil and Good. Yes.
Yes, I love a vibe check. Okay. You cast the spell centered on this book, but also are able to catch Stella and the radius of the rest of your party around you. I don't know what Stella's alignment is currently.
I don't know what Stella's alignment is either.
You decide. You're Stella right now.
I decide.
You can absolutely decide.
Okay, I think that Sella is swings and roundabouts. I feel as though one side,
so you're chaotic.
Like one side I will like dig up bones and blaspheme against the dead, and on the other side I'll knit you a sweater because it's cold out and you should be cared for and loving. So swings and roundabouts makes them very neutral.
Okay, yeah. So you get a very green, golden vibe, this aura that's radiating around Stella, very
super
neutral.
Nude.
Yeah. With just these glints and speckles of gold within this aura, very neutral, with just a couple flakes of black and necrotic energy that seems to be bouncing around there.
And I know what type of magic Sella uses, and it is a constant in our party dynamic. It is a constant back and forth about necromancy and rejuvenation.
It does kind of ease your mind to have like a solid, this is what their vibes are, though.
Absolutely.
As a center on this book, though, this book does seem to radiate an aura of malice and darkness that, yes, this particular curse centered around this temple may have something to do with what has been going on, especially with the creepy mist that was rolling in. Something about this area seems to have taken a heavy curse.
Okay, I would look at my fellow party members. Well, it's a good thing you brought that book to me, Valdrin, because it's cursed. It is cursed. You are absolutely right, and it's evil. It's cursing the temple. So
Yeah, I had a feeling, but I'm glad you confirmed it.
yeah, and I don't know what there's this back and forth between Novus and Tielia, and I don't know where they're at in that cycle right now, but it could be the sense that something is trying to fuck with Tielia's energy, and trying to and then maybe
Like
this
an ex-boyfriend or something?
I mean, Novus and Tielia and all of the stories, they're on again, off again. And then when it happens, the crops are all impacted. Oh, there's bad weather for weeks, which is maybe what's happened. And you see Valerian start putting together the pieces with the pouring rain outside, and the crops are really good, but there's also this monster attacking the temple. And he goes, "Oh, for lack of better words, oh my God. I think something's bad with their relationship, because we got the pouring rain, we got the evil book, we got the crops everywhere. Something's bad. I don't know what it is, but I think this creature is a manifestation of that."
So, do we have to do couples therapy for the gods?
I mean, I don't know. I've never.
I'm not qualified for that. I could barely swing a sword. I killed the little man.
I would say you can swing a sword pretty good, because you got that guy nearly in two.
I mean, I'm a cleric,
only
but
nearly,
I'm
and
not
there's no such. Yeah, well,
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say only nearly, and there's no such thing as a nearly crit choice award.
I mean, I'm a cleric and not a therapist, so, and I don't want to fuck up anything with my relationship with Novus, or, I mean, I could try and pray and see if he knows what's up.
What if we pray in song? Romantic musings to maybe help the couples thing.
Maybe
I think that'd
coax
be
that
lovely.
monster out.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna.
Well, I mean, if the gods are in love, the monster goes away, right?
Well, and I mean, this monster does like blood, so maybe we should sing and make a sacrifice of some kind.
Okay. Nerith, you want to do the honors?
I already did. Oh my God. He starts sobbing.
I'm sorry. That was
It might have been too soon, Valdrin.
Well, I mean, there might be some sort of divine, like 30-second rule. If we get the trowel, pick him up, put him back in here.
Maybe their love will bring him back to life. Maybe.
I mean, if we're gonna be digging up a body that we just buried,
I feel like Sella was gonna do that anyways.
Yeah, so better me than Sella. Okay, so I go outside, and I hate everything about this as a life cleric, but I am going to dig up this body, and I'm going to bring the body of the gardener. A divine 30-second rule is so funny to me. So I'm gonna bring the body of this gardener inside the temple with the bad book and the spooky mist, and I'm gonna lay the gardener's body down on a pedestal of some kind, or a table, and I'm just gonna be like, well, I mean, the last time I cut into something, I got a bad omen, so I don't think we should. But the blood's already been spilled. I don't know what's gonna call this monster down.
Oh well, I have a holy symbol. I don't know who it's to.
That's
Maybe
alarming. That's really alarming.
But maybe this will help. And then I'm going to place down a holy symbol onto the body of the little man, little dude, little gardener.
Little sweet gardener boy. Okay.
I'm gonna. I guess I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray to my God to see if we can have some divine knowledge bestowed on us after we kill the gardener of this temple. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. You begin praying with the added benefit of using whatever holy symbol may have just been placed that you're not entirely sure. As you begin praying, the air in the temple itself seems to change. It becomes almost electrified around you. You can feel a very palpable change around you as you continue to pray to these deities, that one of which you don't know who you're praying for or to. But as you begin praying, body of the gardener seems to be still unmoving, but the mist itself that previously was rolling in seems to swirl and begin to change as it shifts and forms into a figure. This figure, you can't quite make out a person. There's not any detail, but it is the figure of a person of sorts, just without detail or form.
So Valerian would look at the figure and go, I'm gonna take a knee. I feel like this could be a divine being of some, and I'd like to think that Valerian is pretty pious. So I'm gonna take a knee and I go, my name is Valerian. I'm a cleric of Novus, and if you've shown up here to help us, then we really need your help right now. But if you're here to hurt us, then we're gonna have to deal with that as well. So.
What are the rest of you doing? You all can see this form. The mist has kind of swooped into this form and is no longer covering the ground of the temple.
Oh, I'll step on the ground again then.
I would like to take
you can step on the ground.
the hide action.
I'll take a knee and sort of whisper, "Is this a god of gas?"
I'm not sure, Sella, but it's a powerful being of some description, just not sure what yet.
I rolled
Powerful
a 12
gas.
for my stealth check.
You rolled a 12. Where are you attempting
No,
to
I
hide?
rolled a 4. I got
Oh, okay.
12 total.
Oh
my god.
Okay. Where are you attempting to hide yourself?
Yeah, exactly.
Great. Did you
You're
just
like, I'm gonna hide. Oh shit. And he like goes to lie down on one of the pews.
It's like a child when they get really, really tired in a church or like just at a general function where they're laying there, their hands up over their face, attempting to avoid everybody else. You think you're doing a fantastic job as you're not being directly looked at the moment. This being puts a hand out to allow you to rise, telling you to stand.
I do so.
And then he continues to put his hand out. He doesn't speak necessarily, but he does put a hand out, seemingly asking for something.
Oh, he wants the sacrifice. I'll get the shovel.
Sacrifice.
I pick up. Yeah, we pick up the gardener, I suppose, and give it to the. We give it to the misty being.
Fine. What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong with giving a
It
dead?
was a bad omen.
We didn't even get this gardener's name. We're still just calling him the gardener.
We did a bad. Okay.
There was no time.
There was no time.
Please take the poor little gardener that we murdered. As he takes and cradles this gardener in his arm, transfers him to the other arm. He keeps a hand out as if he's still asking for something.
I did my part. I got him. Yeah.
We don't have any more gardeners.
Should we high five him or something?
Yeah, go ahead. You should high five him. Definitely you should high five him.
Well, I think I know what the dearie wants. He looks hungry. He does. Just
throw him some rations.
You put the chicken.
The guts.
No. The chicken guts.
As they slowly, they're stagnant on top of his hand first, as they slowly start dissipating throughout his hand, and then through his hand, and then plop on the ground.
Oh.
He looks to his hand. If he had eyes, you would know that he is looking at his hand in just disgust as he just.
Oh no!
He didn't want this.
I thought it was for a second. Okay.
I'm gonna. Oh man. I am looking at this figure and, okay. I'm gonna try something.
Please.
I am going to think. Valerian is. Oh, we Oh, I really wanted to do this thing, but we gotta rotate.
Oh,
Damn it, I lost my thing. That's okay.
so as you, Valerian, you're sort of standing there debating what to do in this
Right.
kind of tense moment as this sort of misty figure is floating towards you.
And we are now at 10 minutes for each rotation. We're 10 minutes for each rotation.
Listen, Mist guy. We wanted to know if you have any information, perhaps, about the spookiness that's happening about town.
As you say that, the doors of this small kind of temple burst open, and you watch as this like flood of wind rushes in, and you watched as the mist form struggles to stay corporeal and just blows away. The gardener's body drops to the ground, and you see the alderman standing at the door. What are you doing in here? And you watch as he steps forward, the alderman who you've dealt with already and sent you here in the first place. You were supposed to come to the temple. And you watch as he moves forwards, his hands drop down to the ground, and his whole body kind of riles up and almost seems to like bubble and boil out as you watch his vines just extend out from his arms. No, this wasn't supposed to happen like this. And his head kind of flips over, and you watch as just like vines creep over his face and take over. You were supposed to die. As he and you see this kind of shambling mound of like plant flesh. I'll have everyone roll initiative.
All right, let's go.
Hey guys, I think I figured it out.
I love the venom description. Very good. Very, very good.
Very good. I have advantage on this one. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Wait, do I still have
Dirty
advantage from before?
Your advantages carry
Hell
over
yeah.
there to you, or I mean, if chat gives them to the character, but advantages generally stay to the person.
Because that wasn't that one, so I'm going.
Oh my gosh.
Advantage.
Oh,
13.
Right. We'll do 25 to 20.
21 for Sella
Ooh.
with a nat 19. Also,
Right.
thank you so
And it
much
was
to all of you hanging out here in chat. All 80 of you. Holy bananas. Thank you so
And it
much.
was 20 for Valerian, you said? Oops.
Valerian was 13.
13. Okay.
Yeah, Valdrin
and
was 20.
Valdrin was 20. And then Ivy, what was yours?
14.
I'm putting this in our Zoom chat right now as well.
Thank you. I was taking notes, but that helps me.
And sorry, what was Nerith one more time?
14.
14.
All right, and then the mound. Okay, the mound is an 8.
Okay, I will put that one in here too, and I'll put that
Mound.
in just in case we have a rotation in the middle.
All right, so you are up first, Sella.
Oh boy. Okay. So seeing this creature that has kind of obviously has a connection to blood of some kind. Sella's been like hiding her creepy nature for a while, and it's about time to bring it out. We're going to bring out the creep. Unleash the creep inside, So let's see here. We are going to let's look at my spell list. Sorry, apologies. Amazing. Okay, I am going to kind of look over at this mound and go, no, I'm actually supposed to be the one who makes everyone else uncomfortable here. So I'm gonna reach my hand out, and I'm gonna actually reach my hand up to the sky. I'm gonna slam it down, and I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt on the shambling mound, and that is going to be at, I think I can upcast that to 2nd level. Let me just double check. It has been a long time since I have played a wizard. Witch Bolt. Okay, computer. Yes, 2nd level or higher, it's 1d. So it is concentration. It is a sustained arc of lightning between me. I make a ranged spell attack against the creature. Here we go. Oh, plus my spellcasting DC. That's very good. That is going to be a 21 to hit the shambling mound.
21 hits.
Okay, and then that is going to be 2d12 of lightning damage. And then I think I can use and then on the hit, the target takes 1d12. On each of your turns, you can use your action to deal 1d12 to the target automatically. Amazing. Oh, that's pretty good. 9 and 6 is 15 points of lightning damage to the shambling mound.
You watch as it's almost like you reach out and call the lightning in from outside as it slams into the back of the shambling mound. You watch as it kind of arcs back and then just like pulls the lightning in, and you watch it crackles through its body, and it seems to have no effect.
Rude. Sally goes,
Well, that ain't good.
no, you weren't supposed to do that.
Oh, no.
And she's mad at this point.
I'm going to feast on your blood. Valdrin, it's your turn.
How attached to my party members am I? No, I'm joking.
That's up to you.
No. All right. Valdrin, who was hidden when he entered, sneaks up to the because he's on 4 legs now, I presume. Right?
Yeah.
So I kind of want to go for his back flank near the big buttock right there, and I'm gonna have my 2 daggers and just sort of stab him twice with this. However, I am an assassin, which means I get to assassinate, and my attacks on him are at advantage, and any attack I make is a critical hit.
Hell yeah. Do it.
So that is a 24 for the first hit.
Yep, that hits.
And well, it's definitely gonna hit then. Yeah. So that's a 25 for the second hit.
Hell yeah. Roll those auto crits.
Yep, and I'll get my sneak attack on the first attack as well.
Hell yeah.
How about you? All the dice. All the dice.
All the dice.
Okay, here we go. Gotta be really careful when I roll my dice because they're so pointy. I just stab myself.
We love sharp dice. You should probably put them in your mouth.
The willpower is weak. Let's see. 10, 17,
Forbidden candy.
20. That is 24 damage on the first attack.
Hey.
And I don't get sneak attack for the second attack. So that is 4 damage. Oh, actually, no, I should do more damage than that, but let me go through that real quick. So it's 4 damage on the second, plus another 12. So that's 16 damage. Yeah.
40
well
all
done.
up. Nice.
There we go. In the buttock!
You just like slice down the buttock, and you watch as like the plant flesh just tears open, and you can see this like thick blood starts to ooze out. Oh, my butt! It is now Nerith's turn.
You should have watched your ass.
Nerith, having struggled with raising his blade again since accidentally decapitating this poor gardener, looks to his blade, looks to this creature, and then looks to his friends. They're more important to me. As he raises it and rushes towards the shambling mound, it is going to bring this blade through. He's basically trying to get it through the head to keep it in place.
Nice.
Like down and through.
Yeah.
So that is going to
attack.
be so longsword 15 plus 6.
That
So
hits.
I've assumed so,
Hell yeah.
but I know. All right. So it's going to be 6 plus 4, so 10 points of slashing damage as well.
Nice. As you drive it down through, you see it's like as it comes through the other side and boom, hits into the ground, you can see the like thick blood kind of dripping down.
And I am going to use most of my strength to try to keep him in place for my friends.
Ooh, nice. Okay. All right. Actually, you know what? I'll have you make an athletics check to see if almost
Absolutely.
like you can grapple him.
Oh, yes. Athletics. What is my athletics? Oh, plus 8. Okay. 19.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, he seems like he's pretty stuck in place. All right. It is Valerian's turn.
So Valerian is going to rock up on him with his mace, and I'm going to just swing for the fences with my mace.
Here we go.
For Novus! And, oh no. I'm assuming a 5 doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit.
Rip. But I will use my bonus action to cast Shield of Faith on Nerith.
Nice.
Yes.
All right. It is the mound's turn.
Oh no.
It is going to. It's like as it's pinned down. It's like, "Argh." He's going to try to slam you, Nerith, because you're right there.
Yep.
Oh boy.
So the first one is a 15 to hit.
15 will not hit.
Okay. And the second one that's only a 4 to hit.
Yep.
Or no, sorry. A 9 to hit.
That will not.
That does not. So
Nerith is too handsome to get hit, and with that, we are rotating again. We are rotating.
Oh, who am I now? Wizard. Got it.
Real quick,
I'm
Alec,
there.
that Shield of Faith adds +2.
Plus 2 to AC. Yes.
Okay, great. So
I'm
just
all knives all the time, baby.
so everyone
Let's
knows,
go.
Nerith's AC is 20 at the moment.
Nice. All right. So as the attacks do not find purchase, you watch as he goes,
It was not supposed to be this way. You will ruin everything.
as we then go to the back to the top of the round, which brings us to Sella.
I think that's me now. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, you're kind of gross, and I'm gonna summon a chromatic orb, and I'm gonna make it. I think I can make it. I can choose the damage type, right? You put.
Just don't choose it to be lightning, because that's bad, apparently.
That's rough.
Weep womp.
I'm going to make it fire if I could.
Yeah.
So I'm going to throw this at him and see if I can hit him. Because presently I have not had a good track record. Okay, that's not bad. Dirty 20.
All right, with a dirty 20, that will find purchase as your flames ignite over the verdant vines that are running across its body.
And it will deal 13 fire damage.
You notice that as the fires lick out over it, it doesn't seem to be that effective. Though there is an effect, it is resistant to fire.
Well, dang.
As we then go to Valdrin.
That's me, right? Yeah, that's me. I'm the rogue now, right? Okay, cool. So I'm essentially behind this creature right now, correct? Nerith is in the front, I'm in behind. So I'm gonna take a flanking position in the so that I'm because I'm in flanking with Nerith, and I am going to stab once more because it worked so well last time in the buttock. I'm gonna stab one more time in the butt. Okay, here we go.
do it.
Do it.
In the
Okay,
butt.
What is that? Plus to hit is I'm gonna use my I'm gonna use a dagger. Here we go. Oh, that is probably not gonna hit with a 15.
15 will actually hit.
Oh, amazing. Okay. So that is
Nice.
1d4 plus 4, and I get there's someone in range, so I get sneak attack here. Do I not? Yes.
You do indeed.
2d6. God, it's been so long since I've played a rogue. There's 4. That's a 3 plus 7 is going to be 10 plus 4 is 14 damage for my first attack, and then for my offhand, that is going to only be a 13 to hit.
13 unfortunately will not hit.
I get excited about stabbing him in the butt one more time, and then I miss with my second attack. I whiff it with my second attack.
All right, what was the damage from the first attack? Sorry.
It's
13.
14, 14. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. As the second attack rips through its back, it roars and kind of gives like a twist to its posture. It seems to turn now back towards the front entrance of the temple, looking at the rogue who has been stabbing it in the butt. Both looking to offensively attack it when it gets to its turn, but also trying to protect its very tender hiney. As we then go to Nerith.
Oh, you should not have turned around, my friend. As now the hiney is exposed to me, I'm going to take this opportunity. I'm going to move slightly to really line up with that that wound on the butt, and I am gonna like kind of like breathe deep, like, and use my breath weapon, which is acid, right
Oh,
right on the wound.
Nice.
oh,
I was worried
no.
because if you're going to use fire, I was going to say, you know, were you going to be blowing smoke up his ass? But, you know.
No, acid.
So that is a dex save, please.
All right. The dex save is a 2 on the dice, which is, compared to its -1, it's a dirty one. Horrible, filthy, dirty one.
Dirty one.
Dirty one.
All right, so
Acid.
that is that's 6 and a 5, so 11 points of 11 points of acid damage.
Acid.
All right. As you do so, you watch as his eyes begin to sort of weep this almost caustic green fluid. The vines start to melt and sizzle. As it does so, it seems to struggle to stay on its feet. You watch as one of its limbs sort of snaps off. It looks at you with dead, horrible, almost like pulsating black eyes. And the last words it utters is,
I have failed this city.
And it melts.
a monster.
Puddle.
You got a monster.
There is a dim quiet as the rain continues to fall from the outside, broken only by a faint sound, a cracking noise, like stone splitting apart. You look around, trying to get your bearings, trying to find the source of this sound, when you see the altar at the temple starting to swell, and an awful, awful noise. The sounds of it's almost like a child crying mixed with screaming as an egg appears, made of the vines and weeds that have been growing on the tree. You watch and you can see that the vines and the leaves on this egg are bright red, and you watch as they pulse almost like a heartbeat, dripping and oozing blood. You still see bits of the very, very fresh blood sort of pouring down into the altar, almost like a basin, as it then grows these large sea urchin-like spikes to try and repel any invaders as a last-ditch attempt. You realize, as you watch the blood from the alderman slide across the floor, blood that you have shed slide across the floor, blood from the guts slide across the floor. They begin to coalesce into this this plant-like egg, and you watch as the egg starts to swell. We're still in initiative. So,
okay. No problems, no worries.
Mistake once again.
So, Valerian, we go to you.
Great, cool. I love it here. This
I'm
is
having
the
a
best
nice time.
This is the best time. Thank you guys so much for having me on with Dag. Cool. Does this egg seem to be living? You said it's pulsating. Does it seem to would it be receptive to things?
It is sensitive to things. Yes, it is a corporeal thing that seems to have life in it, or on it, or is it,
or something? Okay,
yeah,
interesting. Cool. Can I cast command on it and tell it to stop?
I like that. All right. I'm gonna make this a little different. This is a little bit of a teasy thing that I have. The spell itself won't work on it directly, but I'm going to allow this to work under one proviso. You are going to overcharge this spell. You're going to use a Arcana check in order to flood as much magic as you can into this spell to force that action. However, if you fail, there is a random backlash event that may occur.
Okay. I think that's totally fair. So
make your Arcana check as you begin to try and exert your command over this egg.
Okay. I rolled 14 and I have a +5, so 19.
Ooh.
A 19 is plenty. And you watch as the beating slows. And you watch as the spine slowly go back. It's a little bit less defensible as it was before. It seems to have heeded your call to halt.
I'm just going to keep it there. I'm focused all of my attention on that. I'm going to say that's my full action. I'm not going to do anything else except focus energy onto that.
All right.
One.
Unable to move from its position, there is only one thing within reach. You watch as these kind of like thin streams of blood reach out and ensnare the body of the gardener.
No.
Oh, no.
And you watch as the gardener sort of his empty husk kind of being lifted towards the egg and being placed on its surface. His arms
And with that,
outstretched.
we rotate. So as you watch in horror, as the gardener's body is propelled upward by almost these, you see the blood, the rivulets, and the streams of thank you so much for this, Dag. You know I love a good eldritch good time. So we see the hands lift up the gardener and press it backward as the gardener is draped backward over this egg. With its almost the place where Nerith cleft this gardener in twain is almost exposed at this time, and you see the vines from the egg kind of like gently small, like little saplings or like seedlings just kind of like sprouting out and taking root within the gardener as it is draped over the egg. So that was whose turn was it last? That was Valerian's turn.
Yes.
It was the mound just took its turn.
Yeah.
I think we're at the top of the order again.
Yes, it is. And Sella, you are up.
Me. I'm still now, correct? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Great. Cool. I was like trying to switch tabs.
You're like, who am I now? Who am I now? Yeah. So you are, yeah, Sella, you are up as you see this happening.
Okay. What spells do I have? Interesting.
And then Valdrin is on deck. Yes, we will count the egg as the mound in the order. I think that's a good idea.
Yes. I want to stop this from happening. I don't want this poor gardener that I was unable to resurrect myself to be taken by something else.
Okay. Tell me how, so you're so compelled by this desire to make this stop, make this cease, and this fire kind of burns inside you, and you hear the swell of the sea kind of like rushing up within you to give you the strength to do this. What would you like to do to try and make this stop?
I believe I would like to cast Maximilian's Earthen Grasp, as I want to attempt to use some of the dead vines from the outside to slowly creep into this temple itself and restrain this from happening, to stop these vines and intercept the way that it is attempting to take this poor gardener's life that we have already taken, but to bring it back in a way that maybe he doesn't consent to. So I'm going to have those dead vines kind of start growing and reaching and attempting to restrain him.
Amazing. Go ahead. So what is that, a save from me or a spell cast from you?
It is going to be a strength saving throw from you.
Okay.
And you will also take some bludgeoning damage on a failed or have as much. So
all right. I'm gonna say that the egg, I'm gonna adapt this a little bit. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna roll a strength saving throw here. With a 5, I'm gonna say that is a failure.
Okay.
It is an egg.
Yes. So this restrain is going to take 2d6 bludgeoning damage as well. So that's going to be 9 points of bludgeoning damage, as these vines that are still half dead, not quite fully alive yet, begin to restrain over this egg, just trying to separate them from being able to reach to this body.
Okay. Fantastic. So as you do this, as the command that I believe Valerian gave, the command to stop, you as well, Sella, also feel that desire to make this thing stop. And as you see the vines from Maximilian's Earthen Grass come up, and it almost starts to suspend the egg, and you see the gardener be pulled inside of the egg, completely absorbed inside, but the egg is now held. The egg has now stopped. If there is anything else that I believe it's Valdrin, or I'm gonna alter initiative a little bit at this point with Valdrin or Nerith. Is there anything that you would do to like to contribute to the stopping, contribute to the halting or the ceasing of this entity before it has a chance to act? Now is your
What?
time.
Guys,
Do
help!
I stab
help.
it? Do I stab it? Should I stab it? That's what I do. I stab.
Oh, no, I can't do it again. I can't attack the gardener again.
I'll put my hand
you gotta
on.
stab it. I think you guys gotta stab it. I mean, I think at this point.
I can only hold it for so long, guys.
I put my hand on Nerith's shoulder and go, "Let's do it together. We'll kill him together this time."
He reaches down and holds Valdrin's hand as the both of them rush forward.
I ship it. Ship it so hard. So as the two of you rush forward, I'm not going to have you make me attacks because I'm going to narrate this out here. As you come in and you stab straight through to the eggs, and the Maximilian's earthen grasp holding it, and Valerian holding this command in place, you see as you pierce it, the egg crack and split. And of course, not like an actual egg. Nothing is birthed from the inside. You see the body of the gardener withering and fading to ash as the egg cracks apart. The vines dispersing, the shambling, whatever was left of the shambling mound crumbling as a corruption of the joy and the hearth, or the heartiness and the fertility of the ground of Tielia. This mockery of her power, now purged. As you stand in the temple, it's pouring, the pouring rain has been pelting you outside, has been pelting outside for hours, and you hear it stop. You, out the window, see too quickly the clouds part, and you see the moon bright in the sky, and you have the sense that if it was daytime, the sun would be shining. Oh my gosh, Dork Tales, thank you for so much for coming in. Holy crap, you guys are amazing.
Is there any mist?
The mist, as you see, because it was the mist turned into this into the egg and the alderman, and everything kind of came around. There is a warmth that now takes the temple here. Instead of that kind of cold wetness, then the dampness, the dankness that everyone has been feeling, it dissipates out, and you are left standing in the now corruption-free temple of Tielia. The alderman, the alderman, truly the monster who was plaguing this town. What would you like to do here as we see our heroes standing, their job completed, the person who gave them the job, gone and eviscerated? What would you like to do?
How are we gonna get paid? As he looks down at the alderman.
I mean, I would be okay with taking the bones. I'm not gonna lie. I if you guys are okay with that.
Yeah, you know what? I think at this point, I think that's fine with me.
Yes.
I think this quest, this journey has already excited a heavy toll. And while this town may be safe, the rain won't stop for a while.
One tear pours down Nerith's face, and that is where we are going to end it tonight. With our heroes standing in the temple. Holy bananas. Oh my gosh, folks, that was absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the joy of that. If you are new in tonight, Raiders, thank you so much for coming in. Dork Tales, you friggin' fantastic dorks, I adore you. If this is your first time here, welcome to Blackwater D&D. This is our once a month show called DM Roulette, where we invite some of the best DMs from across the TTRPG space to come and play a fantastic improv game with us. So we also do content on Monday nights, which is our main campaign, and the link for YouTube will be put in chat by one of our mods right here. So at the end of this evening, I'm going to give these wonderful guests that we have on tonight a chance to tell you who they are and what they do, and then we are going to go raid someone. So let's go in reverse order, I think. I forget who was last. No, it's fine. I'm going to just say Dag, please tell everyone who you are and what you do. Thank you so much for being here tonight. You are amazing. Holy bananas.
Thank you so much for having me. Hi guys, my name is Michael, I'm the DeadAussieGamer. My place is over on twitch.tv/DeadAussieGamer, where I play a bunch of random games, usually with my Patreons, but sometimes I do special event stuff, like Dragon Kitchen, which is my cooking contest D&D game, which is a ton of fun. I basically, eat D&D monsters, because why not? I'm also a regular cast member on a few different shows, including, of course, Quincy's Tavern, where I'm one of the Tavern Guard, as well as on Careful Cantrip, where I am playing in their campaign 2, which is just so much fun and absolutely amazing. But I always recommend, hey guys, listen, TTRPGs are a world of different people, and sometimes people have good days, sometimes people have bad days. If you're having any of these or above, feel free to reach out to me on my Twitter, because I love hearing about how people's days are going, how your adventure's going, how your campaign's going, and nothing frustrates me more than having a really good idea and realizing that all my friends are my players, so I can't talk to anyone, but I will geek out with you. I will. I promise.
I am so tempted just to make a Discord server for like a DM zones where we can tell. So there's no players from our campaigns are allowed in there.
No PCs allowed.
Okay?
I know I can't, Tim. Gosh.
It's being worked on.
A Discord server I can't be a part of. So amazing. Dag, thank you so much. It has been a desire of mine to play with you and hang out with you for a very long time. I love everything you do. Thank you so much for being here. Somebody else who I adore very, very, very much, Ivy, thank you so much for being here tonight. Holy bananas. Tell everyone who you are.
Yeah, hi, I'm Ivy. I'm GameRaterGirl everywhere else that you can possibly find me. I also am over on Quincy's Tavern on occasion, where previously Dag tried to kill us all on Tavern Brawl. So if you want to go watch that, that's on Quincy's YouTube. It was a good time. I also DM'd this past weekend for Quincy's Tavern. So if you want to go watch some of the DMs that'll be at Convergence, you can go watch me DM the DMs. It was a wild time. Additionally, I'm over on Dice Cream Sandwich every other Tuesday, every other Friday, and upcoming Wednesdays, and we have a couple of other games that are upcoming with a couple of really cool people. So if you want to follow any of that, you can follow me at GameRaterGirl. I'm also the CEO and founder of the Crit Awards. So if you have a whole bunch of amazing TTRPG people, from producers to overlay makers to dice makers to your actual DMs, you can go and nominate them for an award. We're working with small businesses and independent companies to actually provide them with really sweet awards afterwards. So if you want to get your people nominated, please go do that. You can check it out. It's great. That's me.
Amazing. And last but certainly not least, Alec, thank you so much for being here. You are so wonderful. Tell the people who you are and what you do.
Thank you so much. I just punched my mic when I tried to say hello. I am Alec. I am Alec, or AlecTheBard. You can find me pretty much anywhere on the internet under AlecTheBard. You can see all of the games that I run with a bunch of different lovely people up on my YouTube. We post them about, at least there's one episode of one of the shows every week. And yeah, you can find me kind of all over the place, bopping around in different places. But if you like dancing, you like Dungeons and Dragons, you like tabletop RPGs, come hang out. That's me.
Amazing. So we are going to go raid here tonight. So please stick around and say hello. We'll put our raid message in the chat. It's Blackwater wants you to be safe. Yeah, stick around in the outro screen for that. We are taking this next Monday off our main campaign to celebrate some chocolate and some bunny time with our families. But we will be back the following Monday for episode 11 of our main campaign. If you want to see the rest of it, you can go check it out on Questline D&D's YouTube page. And follow us on socials for all of the good stuff. And come join our Discord. Our Discord will be also in the chat as well. So thank you all so much. We hope you have a fantastic evening. And we will see you again soon. Enjoy the chaos, everyone. Have a good night.
Bye. Bye.